Pont Shenzhen Zhongshan. Imagines que vos roules à vive allure sur une spacieuse autoroute à huit voies. Zudem, la route est élevée de la surface de l'eau, et s'élevant dans les airs suspendue par de enormes câbles. Puis, quelques minutes plus tard, elle plonge directement dans l'océan, es est transformant en un corridor souterrain à des dizaines de mètres sous le fond marin. C'est n'est pas une scène de film de science-fiction, mais une expérience réelle sur le pont Shenzhen Zhongshan. La liaison Shenzhen-Zhongshan, un Mega-Projekt qui vient de secourir le monde de l'ingénierie mondiale, a officiellement ouvert à la circulation au milieu de l'année 2024. Le pont Shenzhen-Zhongshan est un complexe massif d'une valeur de plus de 6 milliards de dollars, comprenant deux îles artificielles, un système de tunnels sous-marins sous le fond marin et une section de pont suspendu de grande portée. La partie tunnel sous-marin du projet mesure 6,8 km de long et est formée d'énormes tubes immerges préfabriqués en acier-béton. Chaque segment de tunnel pèse jusqu'à 80,000 tonnes et a été transporté en mer puis immergé avec une précision millimétrique. Lorsque l'on traverse ces tunnels, on circule dans le plus large et le plus long tunnel à tubes immerges du monde. Pont de l'Horizont. Le pont de l'Horizont est l'une des liaisons maritimes les plus uniques d'Europe, reliant la capitale du Danemark, Copenhague, à la ville de Malmö en sud. Conçu par l'architecte danois George K. S. Rothne, la construction du projet a débuté en 1995 et il a officiellement ouvert à la circulation le 1 juillet 2000. D'une longueur totale de plus de 16 km, le pont de l'Horizont est composé de 8 km de pont à haubans, de 4 km de l'île artificielle de Peberholm et de 4 km de tunnel immergé drage sous la mer. La plupart des éléments du pont ont été fabriqués à terre avant d'être transportés en mer à l'aide d'un système de grosses flottantes massives, sols les pylônes principaux ont été construits directement en mer. Le vaste système haubane franchit près de 500 mètres, ce qui permet au pont de rester stable face aux vents forts et aux conditions météorologiques difficiles de la région de la mer Nordique. Grâce à cette conception, le pont de l'Horizont est devenu l'un des plus grands ponts à haubans du monde, supportant à la fois le trafic routier et ferroviaire, et en même temps, il est le plus long lien combiné pont-tunnel d'Europe. Tout au long de l'histoire, les mers sont dressées comme des barrières séparant les civilisations, mais avec l'apparition des mégaponts maritimes, les océans ne sont plus désormais que des défis d'ingénierie qui attendent que les humains les résolvent. Des fondations flottantes ancres dans des fonds sableux instables aux tunnels immerges caches profondément sous le plancher océanique, chaque mètre de ces ponts représente la cristallisation de l'effort humain, de l'intelligence et d'une ambition sans limites. Construction cost of about $1.50 billion over the 4 years of construction from 2007 to 2011. Engineers erected a solid bridge system supported by more than 5,000 concrete piers driven deep into the seabed of the bay. The volume of materials used was also astonishing, about 450,000 tons of steel and millions of cubic meters of concrete. The construction process itself was extremely challenging because Shaoyaobai has salty water, strong winds and freezing winters, which meant the bridge foundations had to be specially designed to withstand earthquakes, major storms, and the pressure of ocean waves. Each pier therefore acts like a giant leg column anchoring the entire structure firmly to the seabed, capable of resisting an earthquake of magnitude 8 and collisions from ships with a displacement of 300,000 tons. Today the Yaosu Bay Bridge is not only a 6-lane expressway running straight across the water, but it has also become a vital transportation artery of the city of Qingda, significantly shortening travel time around the bay and promoting the development of the entire coastal region of Shandong. Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. Some bridges impress with their height and stand out because of their unusual shapes, but the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway in the state of Louisiana, the United States, creates its impact in a completely different way. It is so long that when you drive to the middle of the bridge you almost feel as if you have left the mainland and are drifting into the middle of a boundless ocean. The structure connects Metairie in the New Orleans area with Mandeville on the northern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Geographically, Lake Pontchartrain is a brackish water body rather than an open sea, but with a length of up to 38,44 km, consisting of 2 parallel bridge spans running straight across the water. It is still recognized by Guinness as the longest continuous bridge over water in the world, built starting in the 1950s. The Causeway is proof of the durability of pre-stressed reinforced concrete. The unique feature of this structure is its monumental monotony. Thousands of identical bridge spans stretching endlessly in a straight line supported by more than 9,500 concrete piles holding up a low bridge deck which stands only about 4,5 meters above the water along most of its length. The original construction cost was also very large for its time, $46 million for the first span and $30 million for the second parallel span. Adjusted to present-day value, the total investment is equivalent to hundreds of millions of dollars. What is truly remarkable is that the bridge has proven its durability over many decades, even when facing powerful storms such as Hurricane Katrina in 2005. But the greatest value of the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway lies not only in its record or its reinforced concrete structure. It is the transportation lifeline of the entire region, helping tens of thousands of people commute to work every day, connecting the North Shore with New Orleans much faster and at the same time serving as a vital evacuation route whenever major storms make landfall in Louisiana. Hangzhou Bay Bridge in the middle of the sea where the tides rise like massive walls of water. A bridge curves gently like a soft stroke across the ocean. That is the Hangzhou Bay Bridge, a sea-crossing bridge more than 35,7 Kilometer long, connecting Jiaxing in the north with Ningbo in the south, spanning the entire Hangzhou Bay in Zhejiang Province, China. When it was inaugurated in 2008, the bridge immediately became the longest sea-crossing bridge in the world at that time. But what truly makes it different is not only its length but also its distinctive S-shaped curve. This was not an aesthetic decision but the result of thousands of engineering calculations. Hangzhou Bay is known for having one of the 3 strongest tidal bores in the world, where seawater can rise like a massive wave sweeping across the mouth of the bay. The S-shaped design helps disperse tidal forces, reduce pressure on the structure, and increase the stability of the entire bridge. To construct this route across such a hostile stretch of sea, the project began construction in 2003, was completed in 2007 and opened to traffic in 2008 with a total cost of about $1.4 billion. Thousands of engineers and workers labored for many years to drive piles deep into the seabed, resisting strong currents, major storms, and the corrosive saltwater environment. The Hangzhou Bay Bridge is not only a 6-lane expressway but also a strategic transportation artery of the Yangtze River Delta, helping connect Ningbo with Shanghai and promoting trade, logistics, and the development of the entire eastern coastal region of China. Donghai Bridge, before mega projects like Hangzhou Bay Bridge and the crossing over Hangzhou Bay came into existence, the nation of over 1 billion people had already made its first bold leap toward the open sea. That leap was the Donghai Bridge, the structure connecting the bustling city of Shanghai with the Yangshan deepwater port, stretching 32,5 Kilometer across the turbulent waters of the East China Sea. It was the first true sea-crossing bridge of China, marking a historic milestone in the country's era of maritime expansion. Construction began in 2002 and was completed at remarkable speed in just 3 years with a cost of approximately $1.20 billion. The building process of the bridge was truly a battle against nature. The waters of the East China Sea are well known for destructive typhoons, high waves, and complex currents. To ensure the structure remained stable, thousands of massive steel piles, each reaching lengths of up to hundreds of meters, were driven through layers of soft seabed mud and anchored firmly into the solid rock beneath the ocean floor. The architectural highlight of Donghai Bridge lies in its massive cable-stayed span at the center of the route, where high-strength steel cables rise from a-shaped pylons to support the bridge deck suspended high above the sea. Today, the Donghai Bridge is not open to regular private vehicles during the daytime. This bridge is not only a remarkable engineering achievement, but it also serves as the key that reshaped the global maritime map, enabling the operation of Yangshan Deepwater Port and helping elevate Shanghai to become the busiest container port on the planet. Shenzhen-Zhongshan Bridge. Shenzhen to Zhongshan Bridge. Imagine you are speeding along a spacious 8-lane expressway. Suddenly the road rises from the surface of the water, soaring into the air suspended by enormous cables. Then just a few minutes later it dives straight down into the ocean, transforming into an underground corridor tens of meters beneath the seabed. That is not a scene from a science fiction film but a real experience on the Shenzhen-Zhongshan Bridge. The Shenzhen-Zhongshan Link, a mega project that has just shaken the global engineering world when it officially opened to traffic in the middle of 2024. The Shenzhen-Zhongshan Bridge is a massive complex worth more than $6 billion, including 2 artificial islands, an underwater tunnel system beneath the seabed, and a large span suspension bridge section. The underwater tunnel section of the project is 6,8 kilometers long and is formed from enormous prefabricated steel concrete immersed tubes. Each tunnel segment weighs up to 80,000 tons and was transported out to sea and immersed with millimeter-level precision. When traveling through this tunnel, you are moving through the widest and longest immersed tube tunnel in the world. Øresund Bridge. Øresund Bridge. The Øresund Bridge is one of the most unique sea crossing links in Europe, connecting the capital city of Copenhagen in Denmark with the city of Malmö in Sweden, designed by Danish architect George K. S. Roden. Construction of the project began in 1995 and it officially opened to traffic on July 1, 2000 with a total length of more than 16 kilometers. The Øresund Bridge consists of 8 kilometers of cable-stayed bridge, 4 kilometers of the artificial island paper home and 4 kilometers of the drugged-in immersed tunnel beneath the sea. Most of the bridge components were fabricated on land before being transported out to sea using a system of massive floating cranes. Only the main pylons were constructed directly at sea. The large cable-stayed system spans nearly 500 meters, allowing the bridge to maintain stability against strong winds and the harsh weather conditions of the Nordic Sea region. Thanks to this design, the Øresund Bridge has become one of the largest cable-stayed bridges in the world, carrying both road and railway traffic, and at the same time it is also the longest combined bridge-tunnel link in Europe. Throughout history, the seas once stood as barriers separating civilizations, but with the emergence of mega sea crossing bridges, the oceans have now become nothing more than engineering challenges waiting for humans to solve. From floating foundations anchored into weak sandy sea beds to immersed tunnels hidden deep beneath the ocean floor, every meter of these bridges represents the crystallization of human effort, intelligence, and limitless ambition. If you feel amazed by these engineering wonders, don't forget to press like, leave a comment telling us which bridge impressed you the most, and subscribe to Tech Fakten Deutsch to continue exploring with us the great megastructures of the modern world.